So I welcome each and everyone once again for the Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Today, as you all know, it's the last session of Sri Caitanya Caritamrta. So our dearest Mataji, Her Grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji will enlighten us on the topic Sri Caitanya Caritamrta Antya Lila 20.102 onwards. Hare Krishna Mataji, once again, thank you so much for your very valuable time and association. And we are so grateful for you, Mataji. You can please take over the call.
Thank you so much, Radha Rani Mataji. And thank you all the devotees for joining us, for sharing your valuable time with us. So today is the last session of Caitanya Caritamrta. The whole scripture is going to end today. And with all your mercy, with all your association. So we'll start off with prayers today. And it's a very, very potent prayer. And normally this prayer is being sung in all our ISKCON temples, especially on the disappearance days. And today is the disappearance day of Srila Rupa Goswami, and we are the Rupanugas. So we are the followers of Srila Rupa Goswami, and we all know Rupa Goswami is none other than Rupa Manjari in the spiritual world. And our Gaudiya philosophy is actually based on, the Sambandha, Abhidheya, and Prayojana Tattva. And Rupa Goswami is, so we know that we have Krishna Sambandha, Bhakti, Abhidheya, and Prem Prayojana. And Rupa Goswami is the Acharya of Bhakti, Abhidheya, the process through which we can establish the relationship with our Supreme Lord. So we'll start with the prayers and then we'll move forward to our Caitanya Caritamrta. Jaya Nila Premadhana Karuna Prachu Heno Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur Kaha Mora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanata Kaha Das Raghunatha Patita Pavan Kaha Mora Bhatta Juga Kaha Kaviraj Eka Kale Kotha Gela Gaura Nataraj Pashane Kutibo Mata Anale Pashibo Gauranga Gunera Nidhi Kotha Gela Pabo Sei Saba Sangira Sange Je Koilo Bilas Sei Sangana Paya Kandhe Narotamadas Jaya Vaishnava Thakur Jayo Vaishnava Thakur Jayo Vaishnava Thakur Jayo Vaishnava Thakur Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada Ki Jai. So let's begin our Sri Caitanya Caritamrta. Again, I would like to thank each and every one of you for sharing your valuable time with all of us. So we'll start. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vinda Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Guruve Gaura Chandraya, Radhikaya Tadale, Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya, Tad Bhaktaya Namo Nama. Mukam Karoti Vachalom Pangom Langayate Giram Yat Kripahatam Ham Bande, Shri Guru Dina Tarinam, Paramananda Madhavam, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram. आनंद लीला मय विग्रहाय हेमा भदेव्याच विसुंदराय तस्मै महाप्रेम रसाप्रदाय चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते चैतन्य चंद्राय नमो नमस्ते. So today we will be reading from Shri Caitanya Caritamrta. Let me share my screen. And chapter number 20. And today we'll start with text number 102 onwards. And Mahaprabhu willing, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami willing, Prabhupada willing, we'll try to end the class, the whole chapter today. So text 102. Eve Antya Lila Ganera Kari Anuvada Khaila Pai Lila Rasvavada. Now let me repeat all the pastimes of the Antya Lila, for if I do so, I shall taste the pastimes again. So I really beg wishes, prayers, and blessings from each and every one of you so that I can speak something relevant to this subject matter. And this is basically now summarizing the whole Antya Lila, all 20 chapters, what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami will be doing. So we'll just touch base upon all the 20 chapters, all the overview of all the 20 chapters. So please bless me so that I can do justice to it. And most important is try to finish in time. So, Mancha Kalpatarubhascha, Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. So now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami will be touching all the pastimes that he has narrated in this whole 20th chapters of Antya Lila. So we'll not go the Bengali verses because it will be difficult. So till verse number 140, he will be covering all the basic points of all the 20 chapters, and we will be covering, okay, don't worry, we will be covering. So I'll read only about the first chapter, the Bengali and the translation, and rest, just we'll see the overview of all the chapters. Text 103. Prathama parichede rupera dvitiya milana tara madhya dvi natakaira vidhana shravana. The first chapter describes how Rupa Goswami met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the second time and how the Lord heard his two dramas, Vidakta Madhava and Lalita Madhava. Tara Madhya Shivananda Sange Kukura Aila Prabhu Tare Krishna Kaha Mukta Karila. That chapter also describes the incident of Shivananda Saint's dog who was induced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to chant the holy name of Krishna and was thus liberated. So this is how Rupa Goswami, just see, how he touched upon that in the first chapter, he described about the second meeting of Rupa Goswami to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And also he described that how Shivananda's dog was induced by Mahaprabhu to chant the holy name. And finally, he was liberated. Like now in the text 105, if you see, so he starts with Dvitya Chhota Haridas Karila Shikshana Tara Madhya Shivanandera Ascharya Darshana. Now he's telling about the second chapter, that how in the second chapter, he talks about Chhota Haridas, that how he was punished, and the description of the wonderful vision that Shivanand Sen has is also being described. So this is how he's just giving a synopsis, the main key point that what is being discussed. So we'll just see now that how, he is describing about all the 20 chapters. So the first chapter, he is describing about the meeting of Srila Rupa Goswami, the second time of meeting of Srila Rupa Goswami to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the very first meeting of Rupa Goswami, we'll spend little more time on this first chapter, because it's all about Rupa Goswami, and today is his disappearance day. We cannot much glorify him because of the interest of time, but because this topic also came up, so we'll spend little more time on this topic, okay? So the very first meeting of Rupa Goswami with Mahaprabhu actually happened in Ramkeli village, when Rupa Goswami was not Rupa Goswami, but he was Dabir Khas, and along with his brother Sanatan Goswami, who was Sakkar Malik, right? And they both were actually engaged in the contemporary work with King Hussain Shah, and they were the ministers there, and they were working under him. And at that time, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, means the Dabir Khas and Sakkar Malik, got to know that how Mahaprabhu has visited Ramakeli. So they just left everything and they said that we want to meet. So they both came, and they were so attracted to Mahaprabhu that both the brothers immediately, they surrendered unto the Supreme, the Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu also knowing he's the knower of everything, and knowing that they are my intimate associates. So he immediately accepted them, and they said that don't worry, you have been serving me, you have been my servants life after life, so Krishna will definitely deliver you. And after saying this, Mahaprabhu just placed his hands on the heads of Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, and then they also, both of them, immediately took the dust of the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and immediately placed them on their head. So after that first meeting, the very first meeting, Mahaprabhu told them that, soon you will be liberated. Now, this was the very first, but we don't regard it as the first meeting, because at that time they were not Rupa Sanatana, rather they were Dabir Khas and Sakkar Malik. But later they both got initiated. And the very first official meeting of Rupa Goswami as Rupa Goswami with Mahaprabhu happened in Prayag at Dashavamedh Ghat, where Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami on the ocean of devotion. And for 10 consecutive days, Mahaprabhu was just guiding him. And later Mahaprabhu told, Rupa Goswami that Para para shunya gabhira bhakti rasa sindhu tomai chakhaite tara kahi eka bindu. Mahaprabhu said that this is, the ocean of devotion is so vast that it doesn't have its length, breadth. You cannot measure the depth of that ocean. It's so vast. And what I have done, I have just dipped your finger into that ocean of devotion and make you taste that devotion. So I've just given you the bindu of that whole Sindhu. But now I want you to write on this particular bindu that you have tasted. For 10 days, I have been making you know about this Bhakti Rasa Tattva. Now I want you to write Bhakti Rasa Amrita. So at that time, Rupa Goswami, just touching the drop, the bindu of that ocean of devotion, he wrote the whole Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu. And Mahaprabhu said that, after writing, actually, this bindu, this Sindhu, actually what he wrote out of that bindu is enough to inundate the whole world into the ocean of devotion. So that was the very first meeting, and later Mahaprabhu told him that now you can go to Vrindavan and later come to Jagannath Puri and you can come to meet me. So after going to Vrindavan, you can come back to Bengal, and from Bengal, you can come to Jagannath Puri and then you can meet me. So that was the first meeting. And now the second meeting that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing in this Antya Lila first chapter is that how Rupa Goswami, on the orders of Mahaprabhu, he went to Vrindavan, but later both the brothers, they were coming back, Rupa Goswami and his elder brother Anupama, they both were coming from Vrindavan. They went to Bengal, where Anupama unfortunately left his body. And that time Rupa Goswami then from Bengal alone came to Jagannath Puri to meet Mahaprabhu. And then, all the associates of Mahaprabhu, along with Mahaprabhu, they heard these two natakas that Rupa Goswami wrote about Lalita Madhava and Vidagdha Madhava. So Vidagdha Madhava is described all the Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, and the Lalita Madhava describes Krishna's pastimes outside Vrindavan, that is his Mathura and Dwarka pastimes. So one day what happened, Rupa Goswami, he wrote a very, very beautiful verse and he put it on the thatched roof. There was a thatched roof, so he just adjusted that, that palm leaf, and, he went to take his own bath. And later Mahaprabhu came, and when he came and he saw that verse, he was totally ecstatic. Even Rupa Goswami, when he came back, he immediately go down to Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu was so happy that you are Manobhishtam, right? We say, right, Shri Krishna, Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam, and that is Rupa Goswami, who understands the mind of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And just hearing that verse, even Haridas Thakur, who was there, he also started jumping in ecstasy and he started dancing. And we all know that famous verse, Tunde Tandavani Ratim Tunate Tundavali Labthaye Karina Kroda Kadambini Ghatayate Karina Vyudebhya Spriham Cheta Prangana Sangam Vijayate Sarvendriya Kritam No jane janita ki atiramritai Krishneti Varna Dvai. What he wrote, that so much is there, how much nectar is there in these two syllables, Krishna, that when this Krishna, when we chant this holy name, it appears to dance within the mouth. And when we desire millions and millions of mouth, and when the same name enters into our ears, we desire millions and millions of ears. And when the same name, after entering the ear, it enters into the heart, well, it conquers all my senses, it conquers my mind, and therefore all my senses become inert. So much glory is there in chanting the name Krishna. And our Haridas Thakur, who is Namacharya, who is non-stop continuously chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when he heard this, he became ecstatic and he also started dancing. Well, this was just a synopsis. And as mentioned, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also describes about the famous pastime of Shivananda Sen's dog who was liberated. So we all know that Shivananda Sen was a very intimate servant of Mahaprabhu, and every year he would take the lead of a group of devotees from Bengal to Puri to meet Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. And he would be the one who will bear all the expenses of the entire trip. And in one such trip, what happened is that there was one dog who started following Shivananda Sen. And at that time, Shivananda Sen, he also took the dog with him, and he even paid the fees for that dog to cover the whole river, to cross the river. But what happened that one night, the dog could not be seen. And therefore, everybody, went hither and thither just to find dog. But later, when they came to Puri, they saw that dog is sitting right at the foot of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. And that dog was eating some coconut pulp that is being offered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then dog was induced to chant the holy name by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and finally was liberated and he went back to Godhead. Okay. So after that, what happened is, this was the actually first chapter. And now what happened? Now Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami will be describing about the second chapter. So in second chapter, he wants to describe about that what wonderful vision Shivananda Sen had. So one time what happened, that one devotee, Shrikant Sen, he went to Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri, and Mahaprabhu told him that you go back to Bengal and inform everybody that this time please don't come, because every year they used to come to Bengal to meet Mahaprabhu. But this time Mahaprabhu told through this Shrikant Sen that you go back to Bengal and you tell them that no need to come to Jagannath Puri to meet me, because this time in the month of Paush, that is December and January, I myself will come to Bengal to meet everybody. So he went and he informed the devotees. The devotees of Bengal were very, very happy to hear this, and they were waiting for the month of Paush. But what happened? The Paush month was about to over, and there was no news that Mahaprabhu is coming. And at that time, there were no phones, nothing. So they were thinking like, what to do now? And at that time, Shivananda Brahmachari, he meditated and he told everybody that within 2 days, Mahaprabhu will be here. So don't worry. And just he told Shivananda saying that go and bring all kind of ingredients and I will prepare wonderful feast for Mahaprabhu. So Shivananda Sen brought all the ingredients and he cooked variety of food. And after he finished cooking, what he did, he made 3 plates. So after finished cooking, he told that now tomorrow Mahaprabhu is coming. And then next day, when he finished the whole cooking, he made 3 plates, one for Mahaprabhu, one for Jagannath, and one for Lord Nrsimhadev, who is his presiding deity. It's his Ishtadev. Nrsimhananda Brahmachari, who is actually also known as Pradyumna Brahmachari. His Ishtadev is Lord Nrsimhadev. So he made 3 plates. So then he started offering, and after the offering, he saw that Mahaprabhu is present personally there, and he ate all the 3 offerings. Now Nrsimhananda Brahmachari was feeling, very, very happy internally that, Mahaprabhu personally came and he accepted these offerings, all these food items. But, externally he showed his anger or his disappointment that why you ate the plate of Nrsimhadev. Now my Nrsimhadev will starve. So I have to cook again. Why you did that, And that time he again went to Shivananda Sen. And he told, bring more ingredients. I have to cook. Mahaprabhu came and he ate all the 3 plates. And, my Nrsimhadev is starving. And Shivananda Sen was thinking that, is Nrsimhananda Brahmachari, has he become ecstatic, or this incident has really happened and Mahaprabhu really came and ate all the offerings? And he was confused because no one saw Mahaprabhu at that time. But Shivananda Sen, following the orders, he just brought all the ingredients and he cooked again for Lord Nrsimhadev. Later, next year, all these devotees, they went to Bengal, and Shivananda Sen also went. And at that time, Shivananda Sen heard Mahaprabhu was saying that, oh, last year when I went in the month of Paush, when I went to Bengal, Nrsimhananda Brahmachari served me so wonderful offering that I really, relish those varieties of food. And hearing this, Shivananda Sen, he became confident that the incident was really true. That's how, he got this wonderful vision that, Mahaprabhu really came to Bengal. And hearing this incident, so he really got very happy. So then in the same chapter, that is the next chapter, describes the pastime of Chhota Haridas, that how Chhota Haridas, we know that how Chhota Haridas was there, but following the order of Bhagavan Acharya, he went to beg alms, especially rice, from one of the home, and that home belongs to Madhavi Devi. And what offense he committed was that he started talking intimately with the woman, although he was in a renounced order of life. So because Mahaprabhu when he came to know that how Chhota Haridas has, done this, that he was in a renounced order of life, still he was talking to Madhavi Devi so intimately, Mahaprabhu didn't feel, good about it. And so he rejected Chhota Haridas. And despite all the other associates of Mahaprabhu, they told Mahaprabhu to please accept him again. He didn't do it, deliberately, but Mahaprabhu said, I'm not going to accept him anymore. Now, feeling intense separation from Mahaprabhu, Chhota Haridas, he couldn't bear. And so what he did, he went on to the confluence, the place where Ganga and Yamuna meet. So he went on to the confluence of Ganga and Yamuna, and there he committed suicide. Now, being a devotee of Lord, Mahaprabhu just, he was a devotee of Lord, but Mahaprabhu through him want to give the example that how we have to follow the strict standards of any varna and ashrama we are in. And then he said that, but he was a devotee of Supreme Lord. So what he did, that even after committing suicide, even he jumped in that confluence of Ganga and Yamuna, he attained his Siddha Deha, and he continued singing devotional songs for Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu personally, he used to hear them every night. So this was the second chapter that was being discussed. So that was the chastisement of Junior Haridas, and also about Shivananda's vision, wonderful vision that he got. The third chapter, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes the glories of Srila Haridas Thakur, that how Haridas Thakur, who is the Namacharya, and there was a beautiful, this Haridas Thakur's pastime is also being described, and also in the third chapter, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami describes about that how Damodar Pandit, he also got, let me share, once again, so that you all know what I'm talking about. Just give me a minute. That will be easy. At least we can read the translations. Otherwise, I'll also get lost. Yeah, Dvitiya we have done. So in the third chapter, he describes the wonderful glories of Haridas Thakur. And that chapter also mentions how Damodar Pandit spoke words of criticism to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Third chapter also tells Mahaprabhu's delivered everyone by bestowing upon the universe the holy name, and how it describes how Haridas Thakur established the glories of the holy name by his practical example. So these are all, he has touched base on the third chapter. So what happened? Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, right? And there was a very beautiful young Brahmana girl, and in Jagannath Puri, and but she was a widow, and she had a very handsome son who used to come every day to hear the discourse of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu would very nicely talk to Mahaprabhu would very nicely talk to this boy, and Damodar Pandit, he really felt that, why Mahaprabhu is doing this, because he thinks that if you display so much love for this boy, people will doubt your character. People will think that you want to establish some relationship with the mother of that boy, who was really very beautiful. So hearing these words of Damodar Pandit, Mahaprabhu didn't feel good, because he was literally pointing on to the character of Mahaprabhu. And so he didn't feel good, because Damodar Pandit can, in the previous, in Antya Lila also we saw that how many times he has already chastised Mahaprabhu. His relationship was such. So Mahaprabhu said that, well, if you display so much of things, here, and if you just keep on saying something to me, Mahaprabhu actually didn't feel good. So what he did, he sent Damodar Pandit that you go to Bengal, Navadvip, go to Mother Sachi and inform about her that, that we are well, just inform the well-being of us. And you also supervise the affairs of Mother Sachi, if she needs any help. So Damodar Pandit, he went back, and at that time he told that how Mahaprabhu, he told Mother Sachi that how Mahaprabhu comes every day to honor your prasadam. So this way, Damodar Pandit, he first of all chastised, but later he was sent to Mother Sachi Devi. Then on another occasion, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he inquired from Haridas Thakur, from where this whole Harinam Chintamani came, who was summarized, who was actually written by our dear Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So at that time, Mahaprabhu, under the Siddha Bakula tree, he inquired from Haridas Thakur that, how could, people in this Kali Yuga will be delivered. And at that time, Haridas Thakur replied that that can be only possible if someone loudly chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So just by hearing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can be liberated. So this is how even we are being instructed that we should loudly chant. Yes, Upamsu chanting is for us when we just move our lips and hear. But if we loudly chant, we liberate all the insects, trees and plants that are around us. So, it's recommended that we should loudly chant because that's going to help them also. So after describing both the two incidents, then Krishnadas Kaviraj describes about the glories of Haridas Thakur, that how Haridas Thakur was tested in Benapula. Remember, he was in the village in Shantipur in Benapula, and there was a person, Ramachandra Khan, who was very envious of Haridas Thakur. So what he did, he appointed a very professional prostitute to attempt to defame Haridas Thakur. But by the mercy of Haridas Thakur, even the prostitute got delivered. And later, Ramachandra Khan, we know that how he was even cursed by Nityananda Prabhu because he committed a Vaishnava aparadha against Haridas Thakur. So from Benapula, Haridas Thakur, he, after liberating that prostitute, he went to Chandpur, and there he lived in the house of Govardhan Majumdar and Hiranya Majumdar, who are the parents of Raghunath Das Goswami. And there, in one of the discussion, there came one person who used to come to collect taxes, and his name was Gopala Chakravarti. And he got into the argument with Haridas Thakur on the glories of Namabhas chanting. And there, because of the offense that he committed against Haridas Thakur, he also got leprosy, and his beautiful nose, it got cut off. And Haridas Thakur then left Chandpur also, and then he went to Shantipur at the house of Advaita Acharya, where third time he was again tested by Maya Devi herself, who is the personification of the external energy of the Supreme Lord. But she also received a lot of blessings from Haridas Thakur, favor, and she was blessed in the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So this was the third chapter that describes about the glories of Haridas Thakur. Now, let's see what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has to say in the fourth chapter. So the fourth chapter describes Sanatana Goswami's visit with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and how the Lord saved him from committing suicide. Fourth chapter also tells about Sanatana Goswami, how he was tested in the sunshine of Jyeshta month, that is May and June, and was then empowered and was sent back to Vrindavan. So these incidents are being described about Sanatana Goswami in the fourth chapter of Antya Lila. So in the fourth chapter, that how Sanatana Goswami, he was in Mathura, and from Mathura, he came to Jagannath Puri. And because, he came via Jharkhand area, forest, and he was bathing in a very bad weather. He has enough food to eat, and he crossed that whole Jharkhand forest. So what happened, that he developed some kind of disease that made all his body itch very badly. So suffering greatly, from this itching, he refrained himself in coming in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because it was not a mere itch. He used to develop that pores from which the pus, used to come out, ooze out from those bites, and from all those, he had a problem in his skin. So what he did, that he thought that I cannot, in this position, having this kind of disease, I don't want to go in front of Mahaprabhu, because what if Mahaprabhu hugs me? So I don't want. So what I'll do, I'll just see at distance, I'll see the lotus face of Mahaprabhu, and then I will just throw myself under the wheel of Jagannath's cart, and in this way I'll commit suicide. So this was his thought process. But when Sanatana Goswami, he came to Jagannath Puri, he stayed under the care of Haridas Thakur. And Mahaprabhu, when he saw him, he became very happy. And, he immediately went and hugged Sanatana Goswami. So Sanatana Goswami was refraining himself, and being the knower of all everything, Mahaprabhu told that I came to know that you have a desire to commit suicide, but your decision to commit suicide is the result of mode of ignorance, because now I have accepted you. So don't think that your body is yours. Now your body is mine. So we also should not think that this body belongs to us. Now we are the property from our whole body, mind, and words. We are the property of our spiritual master. So Mahaprabhu also instructed Sanatana Goswami that, don't think that your idea of committing suicide is right, because now it's my body, your body is my body, and I have to conduct a lot of services from this body. You have to go, you have to preach devotional cult, and you have to, excavate all the lost places in Vrindavan. So much work you have to do. So, and then Mahaprabhu told him that, you stay here in Jagannath Puri for a few months, and later I'll tell you, so you can go back to Vrindavan and follow my orders. So this way, Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Goswami accepted, but then Sanatana Goswami, his basically all his problems were whatever itch he got, and it was cured because Mahaprabhu embraced. But then one day what happened, Mahaprabhu called Sanatana Goswami that, because here we read in the verse, it says that it also describes about that how Sanatana Goswami was tested. So how he was tested was that Mahaprabhu told Sanatana Goswami that you must come and meet me in my quarter. And Sanatana Goswami, what he did, he went along the path, along the beach, by the sea. So when he went to Mahaprabhu was taking rest. So Govinda was there. And later, Govinda told Mahaprabhu that how Sanatana Goswami is having blisters on his feet, because in this month, in such a hot sand, he walked along the route of the beach and he came to meet Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu was so upset, and he said, hey Sanatana, why did you come from that? You would have come along the Simhadwara, which is much more cooler, you would have come from that side. And at that time, Sanatana Goswami said that many servitors of Lord Jagannath, they pass through that area on the path of Simhadwara gate near the temple. So I don't want to be any kind of hindrance into their path, because I'm such a low class person and I don't want that they should see me or touch my body. So I don't feel like, and that's why I walked along. And Mahaprabhu, hearing this, he said, I'm so much pleased that you have you have so much of thought process. So I'm so much pleased by your humility. So then Sanatana Goswami, we already read that how he was being embraced by Lord Mahaprabhu, and then, all his sores on the body, they went away. And then Mahaprabhu told him that now you go to Vrindavan and you can excavate all the places in Vrindavan. Now, one time also what happened, that before going to Vrindavan, Sanatana Goswami, he was having this doubt, that how long he can stay, because at that time his sores were not properly healed up. So he was feeling very embarrassed that how Mahaprabhu always used to come and hug me, and he always used to come and embrace him. So he was not feeling good. At that time, one of the servant, his name was Jagananda Pandit, he advised Sanatana Goswami that yes, you should immediately go to Vrindavan. Don't wait for Mahaprabhu's order or instruction. You can just go to Vrindavan. And then Sanatana Goswami also thought that, wow, this is a great idea. But as soon as Mahaprabhu again came to know about this, the Lord said, no, how can you do this? Jagananda Pandit, he basically chastised Jagananda Pandit that how you can do it. Sanatana Goswami is much more senior to you. And that time actually is the right time when Mahaprabhu hugged the body of, tightly, he hugged the body of Sanatana Goswami on all his sores and oozing, everything. They just went away and they did not affect the Lord at any time. And then Mahaprabhu, Sanatana Goswami stayed again for a few months in Jagannath Puri, and then Mahaprabhu told that now you can go to Vrindavan and carry out my orders. So Sanatana Goswami, he left Jagannath Puri. So this was the 4th chapter. Now comes the 5th chapter, where he describes about the favor of Pradyumna Mishra, that how he made him hear the topics of Krishna from Ramananda Rai. And that chapter also describes about Sarupta Goswami, how he rejected the drama of a poet from Bengal and established the glory of the deity. So this was the 5th chapter. Yeah, this was the 5th chapter that he has been describing about. So what happened in the 5th chapter, that there was, one person, his name was Pradyumna Mishra, and he was the resident of Sri Hatta. And he came to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to hear about Lord Krishna and his pastimes. But Lord said, well, I'm not the right person who can guide you in Krishna Tattva and his pastimes. So why don't you go to Sri Ramananda Rai and hear and get all the training from Ramananda Rai. So on accepting the orders of Mahaprabhu, he went to Ramananda Rai, but there he saw that Ramananda Rai was training the Devadasis, the dancing girls in the temple. And that brought so much of disturbance in the mind of Pradyumna Mishra that without hearing or without even talking to Ramananda Rai, he came back to Mahaprabhu, and he told the entire incident, what all happened. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that, in his heart, he's not feeling good and not having good feeling of Ramananda Rai. But Ramananda Rai, being a grahastha, he was detached from all these things. So Mahaprabhu told him that, why don't you go again? And next time, again, Pradyumna Mishra, he went and he talked to Ramananda Rai. And finally, Ramananda Rai, make him dive deep into the transcendental pastimes of Krishna. And they both got engrossed in discussing this subject matter. And then he came back to Mahaprabhu and he told that he was so happy that he got all the training and, this rasa to understand this transcendental mellow of Krishna's pastime, he got under the guidance of Ramananda Rai. So that was the first part. And then what happened, there was a Bengali poet who also came to, Jagannath Puri, and he told that I have written some drama or some drama basically on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I want to present it in front of Mahaprabhu. So at that time, if somebody writes some drama or some poem, they has to go via Sarup Damodar Goswami, because when Sarup Damodar Goswami passed that, then only it is presented in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sarup Damodar Goswami said, okay, let me hear first and then I'll send you and you can present it in front of Mahaprabhu. And then as soon as Sarup Damodar Goswami told him that you please tell your introductory verse, just tell the introductory verse about your drama. I don't want to hear the whole drama. And he said that the introductory verse, actually, I'll just read the meaning, that the Supreme Lord has assumed a golden complexion and has become the soul of the body named Lord Jagannath, whose blooming lotus eyes are widely expanded. Thus he has appeared in Jagannath Puri and brought dull matter to life. May the Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deva bestow all good fortune upon you. So this was the introductory verse. He was glorifying Mahaprabhu, but everybody felt okay, but Sarup Damodar Goswami immediately said, you are a fool. What are you writing? How can you compare Mahaprabhu's as soul and Jagannath as a dull matter, as a body? No, it's not that. How can it be possible? Jagannath is completely spiritual, but you have, called him, compared him as a dull matter, as a dull body. You are in complete illusion. This is a great offense that you have committed. There is no distinction between the body and soul of the Supreme Lord at any point of time. and hearing this chastisement coming from Swarup Damodar Goswami, this Bengali poet, became so despondent. And seeing his despondency, seeing him so depressed, Swarup Damodar Goswami, who was so compassionate, so kind-hearted, he actually told that Bengali poet, Bhagavata pade Vaishnava sthane ekat ashray kare Chaitanya Charane, that go and read Srimad Bhagavatam under the guidance of some Vaishnava, and also you should take complete shelter under the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya re bhaktagana nityakara sanga tabete janibe siddhanta samudra taranga. Go and regularly associate with the devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only then you will understand different ways of this ocean of devotion. Then only you will understand, and then only you will be able to write something good about it. So, this Bengali poet understood, and he followed the instructions of Swarup Damodar Goswami. So this was in the 6th chapter. Again, we are just recapping it as quick as possible. So now comes the 6th chapter. This was the 5th chapter. The 6th chapter describes about Raghunath Das Goswami, how he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the whole pastime of Panihati, the chipped right festival. And this chapter also describes how Raghunath Das Goswami was given under the care of Swarup Damodar Goswami. And then Mahaprabhu gave him the personal gift of the stone of Govardhan Hill and a garland of small conch shells. So this is the 6th chapter that Kaviraj Goswami describes, that how, Raghunath Das Goswami always want to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He would run away from his home. So many times he did it, right? So what happened once was, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually came to Shantipur, at that time Raghunath Das Goswami was very young, but he got an opportunity to serve the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and then also have the remnants from Mahaprabhu. But what happened, later Mahaprabhu told him that you please go and engage in householder activities, and you can come and meet me very soon in Neelachal. So Raghunath Das Goswami was trying every day, running away from his home. But, because his father, he appointed many guards, so they always used to bring him back to home. So one time also what happened, that how Raghunath Das Goswami, he was in trouble, and a Muslim officer came. He was envious of his father and his uncle, that is Hiranyagarbha and his father. But at that time, they were not at home. So what that Muslim minister did is, he actually told Raghunath Das Goswami, and he arrested him. He said, now, since they are not at home, so you have to come along with me. And at that time, Raghunath Das Goswami, because of his intelligence, he told, the deal with that Muslim leader. And finally, he made the whole settlement between his father, his uncle, and that Muslim leader. It's all because of his intelligence. So the whole misunderstanding was mitigated among all these three. Then later, Raghunath Das Goswami, he went to Panihati, and there he got to meet Nityananda Ram. And he observed a big festival on the order of Nityananda Ram, that is Chira Dahi Mahotsav. We all know that is Panihati, by distributing chipped rice mixed with yogurt, condensed milk, And what happened, that the day after the festival, Nityananda Prabhu gave Raghunath Das Goswami a blessing that soon you will meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after that incident, Raghunath Das Goswami, every day he was so eager to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he again started running away from the home. But in vain, nothing happened. He was brought back. But one day what happened, that his spiritual master Yamunacharya came. He was actually not the spiritual master, but he was the priest, their family priest. And he told that one of his priests has gone. So you try to convince him that he should come back to his deity worship. And Raghunath Das Goswami thought, okay, this is a wonderful idea. And he said, yes, I will go to that priest house and I'll tell him, go back and resume your services. And he told Yamunacharya that you go, Yadunandanacharya, that you go home back and I'll make sure that the priest is back. And, he found this wonderful opportunity. And in the middle of the night, Raghunath Das Goswami, he just fled away. He went away, he left home, and he didn't go to Jagannath Puri from a proper roadside, but he went through the forest side that nobody can follow him. Later, after 12 days, he arrived in Jagannath Puri. And as soon as Mahaprabhu saw Raghunath Das Goswami, he became so happy. So what Mahaprabhu did, he handed over his hand to the hand of Sarup Damodar Goswami, and he told Sarup Damodar Goswami that from this day onwards, Raghunath Das will be under your shelter. And we all know that how Raghunath Das Goswami is the epitome of renunciation. And the way he renounced everything, first few days he was eating Mahaprasad that Govinda used to bring. And then he started begging at Simhadwara gate. And later he was thinking, well, this is also the act of being a prostitute, because whosoever is coming, I'm just thinking, well, this person will give me this food last day. The day before yesterday, this person gave me so much. So today also this person is going to. So he thought that this is mere the attitude of a prostitute. So he left and he started taking the prasadam from some booths, the leftover that is there on the booth. So he started taking from there, and that also he renounced. And finally he just started taking from the discarded food, which is even discarded by the cows. Even the cows don't accept that food. He started accepting that food, washing the rice nicely, and started eating that. Mahaprabhu, when he came to know, he became so happy seeing the renunciation of Raghunath Das Goswami, because Raghunath Das Goswami belongs to a millionaire family. Right? And Mahaprabhu became so pleased that he himself presented his own stone of Govardhan Hill, which Mahaprabhu used to literally, tie up around his neck. And Mahaprabhu used to weep day and night holding that Govardhan Shila onto his neck. So Mahaprabhu gave that same Govardhan Shila to Raghunath Das Goswami along with that Gunjamala, and told him that from now day onwards, you start worshipping him and seeing him as Krishna himself. This Govardhan Shila is non-different from Krishna. So you start worshipping him. And this way, Kaviraj Goswami completes the whole 6th chapter. Now, the 7th chapter tells how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu met Vallabha Bhatta. He dismantled his false pride in various ways. So this is the pastime of Vallabha Bhatta. We all know that how Vallabha Bhatta, he decided one day he came to Jagannath Puri to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And there, when he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became really so happy seeing Mahaprabhu, and especially attending the Rath Yatra there. And as Mahaprabhu was dancing in Rath Yatra, Vallabha Bhatta came to the conclusion that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not an ordinary person. He is Krishna himself. So just to present himself, and he went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he told that, I don't know anything about Krishna Bhakti. Can you guide me? And then Mahaprabhu told that, well, I'm not the person who knows, because I have already been initiated in Mayavadi Sannyasa. So how come I know anything about Krishna Bhakti? Whatever I know Krishna is because of Advaita Acharya, is because of Sarup Damodar Goswami, is because of Rai Ramananda. So I myself don't know anything about it. But then, Vallabha Bhatta said, well, how can I start the conversation? So then he said that I have written commentary, on Srimad Bhagavatam. So I want to present it before you, O Mahaprabhu. So please hear. And Mahaprabhu said, I do not understand anything about Srimad Bhagavatam. I am not at all a suitable person to hear its meaning. So please, I'm not at all interested about hearing the commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, Vallabha Bhatta, he really felt so much ashamed, so much insulted, that he immediately went to Gadadhar Pandit. And he told Gadadhar Pandit that this is what all happened, and I want to present my philosophy, because he was under that false prestige. He wanted to show off that how knowledgeable he was, because he was a scholarly person. So he wanted to bring up, this thing that, I am a scholar, so Mahaprabhu should recognize me and should recognize my work. But then Gadadhar Pandit said, well, if Mahaprabhu has rejected, then who am I to hear that commentary from you? And he was also in a great dilemma that why should I hear your commentary? But Vallabha Bhatta literally forced Gadadhar Pandit to hear his commentary, and finally he has to hear the commentary. Now, next day, what happened was Vallabha Bhatta, he went to Advaita Acharya and he told, he wanted to bring, some or the other philosophy every now and then. So now he told that, he asked Advaita Acharya that actually every living entity is a Prakriti, right? And only Krishna is the Purusha. Krishna is the husband, or he is a Pati. But every living entity is a Patni, right? Is a female, is a Prakriti. And it is a duty of a chaste wife to always be devoted to her husband, not to utter her husband's name so openly or chant, her husband's name. So why do you all always chant the name of Krishna? You all are Prakriti, you are all female. Krishna is the only Purusha, the only Pati. Why do you always chant Krishna's name? It's not good for the chaste wife to recite the name of her husband. And as soon as Mahaprabhu, who was also present there, heard this, he immediately interrupted and he said that it is also the duty of a chaste wife to always adhere to the orders of her husband. If husband wants that a wife should call out my name, then why not? So our Krishna wants that we should chant his name incessantly. So therefore, we are following the orders of our husband. And so in this way, every day Vallabha Bhatta would be defeated. So another time, what he did? He didn't let it go. He again went next time and he told Mahaprabhu that I have written some commentary on Bhagavatam, and those commentary doesn't match to the commentary of Sridhar Swami. So I reject the commentaries of Sridhar Swami. And this time Mahaprabhu said, well, if you are not accepting Swami, then as an authority, then that person is regarded as a prostitute. Now here Swami also means husband. So if a wife doesn't accept her husband as an authority, then definitely that wife is considered to be a prostitute. And here Swami also means that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to bring up this point that if somebody rejects the commentary of Sridhar Swami, then that means, because Sridhar Swami is an authority of Bhagavatam, the very first commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam was written by Sridhar Swami. So if anybody rejects that, well, I don't consider their commentary to be authoritative. So that was Mahaprabhu, and this way Vallabha Bhatta was now and then being defeated by Mahaprabhu, and later he realized that he is committing offense after offense. So he became intimately connected to the Lord, and then finally Lord also advised him, accepted him, and told him that from now onwards you go and take instructions from Gadadhar Pandit and always be under his shelter. So this was the 7th chapter. Now the 8th chapter, oh my God, it's already 11:53. Now the 8th chapter describes the arrival of Ramachandra Puri and how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu minimized his eating due to fear of him. So this is the 8th chapter, and this is about Ramachandra Puri. We'll just touch upon it. And we know that Ramachandra Puri was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, and he was very much influenced by the dry Mayavadis. But therefore, because one time he offended his own spiritual master, Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri accused him, rejected him, and he said, from now onwards, I don't want to see your face. Now, because Ramachandra Puri offended his spiritual master, Madhavendra Puri, he started finding faults in others. And he started advising about the dry Mayavadi philosophy to others. And for this reason, one time he came to Jagannath Puri and he met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and because of his fault-finding attitude, he started finding faults in Mahaprabhu also. And but Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu's spiritual master is Madhavendra Puri, right? And because Mahaprabhu's spiritual master is Ishvara Puri and his god brother is Ramachandra Puri. So even Ramachandra Puri, Mahaprabhu accepted him as a spiritual uncle, as a senior. So, he cut down all his eating, all his sweets, because Ramachandra Puri was criticizing and finding fault that being a sannyasi, you are eating so much sweets that even ants are coming in your room. So much sweets you are eating. So Mahaprabhu, in respect, he cut down his eating also. But later when Ramachandra Puri went back from, he left Jagannath Puri, then Mahaprabhu resumed his usual behavior with all the devotees. In the 9th chapter, there is a description of Gopinath Patnaik and how he was being delivered. So this is also a very beautiful chapter. This is about the Gopinath Patnaik. So what happened that one of the son of Bhavananda Raya have 5 sons, right? We all know. And they are all 5 Pandavas, and Bhavananda Raya being a Pandu in Krishna Lila. So his one of the son Gopinath Patnaik, what he did that there was some, he was actually the treasure, he was keeping the treasure of King Prataprudra. But there was some misappropriated funds there in the treasury, and it was the loss of 200,000 kanas, the conch shells. So what happened now? He has to pay back. So the big brother, the eldest son of King Prataprudra, who was Badajana, he was told that you go and get back all the money from Gopinath Patnaik. So what he did, that Gopinath Patnaik said that I don't have money to pay back. Why don't you just pay a good price for my horses? I have 10 to 12 horses. So if you give the give the good estimate, then you can take these 10 to 12 horses. So major amount will be covered, and rest whatever I will pay back. And then he said, well, that Badajana has a problem, there's some disease, some problem in his neck, that he always used to look up in the sky and, always talk. While talking also, he'll not have an eye contact, but his neck will move around in the sky, and this way he'll talk. So he was so envious of Gopinath Patnaik that he thought that, he said that these horses are not good and I'm not going to give the fare. So he basically estimated very low prices for all those horses. And when this Gopinath Patnaik came to know, he said, how can you do that? My horses, there is no fault in my horses. My horses doesn't have this problem of moving their neck upwards and sideways. So Badajana, the eldest son of King Prataprudra, he got really offended, and he actually told that Gopinath Patnaik should be raised on a changa and should be killed because he's not able to repay back. And basically Gopinath Patnaik was on that raised changa. He was about to be killed when another minister of King Prataprudra, his name is Harichandan Patra. He came to King Prataprudra and he told, why you are killing Gopinath Patnaik? What are you going to save, get from it? Because anyways, if he'll be killed, you'll not be able to get back your money. So why do you want to kill him? Give him some time and he will get. And when Prataprudra came to know that, he's been killed, he said, I never ordered, that he should be killed. I only told that somehow or other get back the money, that's the loss of money. So then he said that basically he was relieved, and finally Gopinath Patnaik, along with all the brothers, along with his father Bhavananda Rai, they came back to Jagannath Puri, and the whole thing was sorted out, and Gopinath Patnaik was delivered. This was discussed in the 9th chapter. In the 10th chapter, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tasted the food given by his devotees, and I have also described the assortments of the bags of Raghava Pandit. And this also description of how Lord examined Govinda and how he danced in the temple. So this is the 10th chapter, which describes, so what happened that before the Yatratra ceremony, all the devotees from Bengal, they started from Jagannath Puri as usual. And Raghava Pandit, along with his sister Damayanti Devi, they brought various kinds of foods for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is what is known as Raghavara Jhali. So if you go through this 10th chapter, you'll get to know what all items they both prepared for Mahaprabhu. It's a huge item. And that's what is known as Raghavara Jhali, the bag of Raghava. And Mahaprabhu, and one time what happened about the Govinda pastime, what happened was that Govinda was told by Mahaprabhu that you make sure that all the devotees who have come from Bengal, they should honor the prasadam. Only then you come and massage my feet, because after the prasadam, it was the duty of Govinda to massage Mahaprabhu's feet. So Govinda, what he did, he gave all the prasadam to the devotees and he fed them nicely. But then he wanted to go back to his service. So what he did, that when he went back, he saw that Mahaprabhu was lying at the door of that Gambhira, that place where he used to live, the house of Kashi Mishra. Mahaprabhu was lying on the door. Now, it's an offense to cross the body of somebody, right? And what to talk about Mahaprabhu. But then Govinda thought, if I cannot, then how will I massage Mahaprabhu? So what he did, he took off his uttariya, his upper garment, and he placed it on Mahaprabhu, and then he crossed Mahaprabhu's body and he started massaging. So he started massaging, and he was massaging. He didn't accepted any prasadam. And later when Mahaprabhu got up, Mahaprabhu asked Govinda, why you are still here? You have not taken prasadam? Then he said, well, how can I go? Because I cannot cross your body. And Mahaprabhu said that, how come you have crossed your body previously when you came and massaged my feet? So he said that if I can commit any offense for your pleasure, but not for my sense gratification. When I have to do my service, I can commit any offense. But for my sense gratification, just for eating and filling up my belly, I cannot commit any offense. So that's why I didn't bother to cross you. So this was the whole description that is being described. In the 11th chapter is the disappearance of Haridas Thakur, that how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed his affection to his devotees. So this was the 11th chapter that Mahaprabhu, then what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing. So what happened in the 11th chapter is the whole passing away of Haridas Thakur. Previous chapter, he was describing the glories of Haridas Thakur, but this chapter, he describes the passing away of Haridas Thakur. So what Haridas Thakur, we all know that he was also in Jagannath Puri, and he used to chant so many number of rounds. But one day what happened, when Govinda came to give food to Haridas Thakur, because Haridas Thakur was not allowed. Basically, he didn't feel good to go to Jagannath Puri, being born into a Shudra family. So he didn't go, but Govinda used to bring some food to Haridas Thakur. So one day Govinda brought food and he told Haridas Thakur to accept prasadam, and Haridas Thakur said, well, I have not completed my prescribed number of rounds today, so I cannot accept prasadam. But at the same time, this is prasadam also, so I cannot neglect. So he paid his obeisances to prasadam and he honored little bit, and he told Govinda, now you can leave. But Govinda told everything to Mahaprabhu, and one day Mahaprabhu himself came to Haridas Thakur and asked Haridas Thakur, so how you are doing? And he said, everything is good. The only thing is I'm not able to finish my prescribed number of rounds, because he was chanting 3 lakh names every day, practically more than 192 rounds every day. So Mahaprabhu told him that body has grown old now. So why you want to still stick to your prescribed number of rounds? Cut down your rounds and just, you are already been liberated. You have been chanting for so many years. You are a Namacharya. So, but then he said, well, that's not possible, because I just want to chant your holy name. And, just seeing one day when Mahaprabhu came to see Haridas Thakur, Haridas Thakur was simply seeing the lotus face of Mahaprabhu, and he started chanting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, and saying this, he finally left his body. And when Haridas Thakur left his body, Mahaprabhu himself carried his body in his hands, and he personally performed the funeral ceremony, and he carried that body to the sea, and he personally entombed the body, covered it with sand, and erected a platform on the site. And after taking bath in sea, Mahaprabhu personally begged prasadam of Jagannath from all the shopkeepers, and he distributed prasadam to all the assembled devotees. So this is how the glorious departure of Haridas Thakur is being described by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the 11th chapter. In the 12th chapter, it describes about the Jagannatha Pandit, how he broke a pot of oil, and how Lord Nityananda chastised Shivananda saying. So this is another beautiful, a chapter. So we all know that Jagannatha Pandit is none other than Satyabhama in Krishna Lila. So she has a very unusual behavior with Krishna, and so Jagannatha Pandit also has this very, unusual behavior, I should say, with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was very concerned about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one day what happened, there were some devotees who were going from Bengal to Jagannath Puri. So what Jagannatha Pandit did, he himself, made the sandalwood oil, from that sandalwood, he made sandalwood oil, and he also came along with all the group who were coming from Bengal, and he handed over that oil to Govinda, and he told that please tell Mahaprabhu to, please massage Mahaprabhu's body with this oil, because with that Mahaprabhu's blood pressure will become normal and he'll also feel good. So Govinda told Mahaprabhu that this is the oil, sandalwood oil that Jagannatha Pandit brought. So he also wants, so even let me massage your body. Please rub this body on your oil. And Mahaprabhu said, well, I am a sannyasi. There is no use of oil for sannyasis. How can I accept this oil? I'm not going to accept it. Just take it away. So he told Jagannatha Pandit that this is what Mahaprabhu said, but Jagannatha Prabhu didn't say anything. Now, after 10 days, Jagannatha Pandit again requested Govinda that why don't you approach Mahaprabhu one more time. So after 10 days, Govinda again approached Mahaprabhu and said that this is the desire of Jagannatha Pandit that you should accept this oil. And this time Mahaprabhu became really furious, and he said, why oil? Why don't you keep a messenger to massage me? Why do you want me to accept just oil? I'm not going to accept any oil. I'm a sannyasi. Why do you want that everybody should call me a pseudo sannyasi? Go and give this oil to the temple of Jagannath so that they can be burnt in the lamps for Jagannath and it can be used in the service of Jagannath. As soon as Jagannatha Pandit came to know this, he was really upset, but he came and Mahaprabhu told him that why you brought this oil? This oil is not for sannyasi. And Jagannatha Pandit said, which oil? This oil? Do you think I brought? No, I didn't bring any oil. And he took the whole pot and he just threw it on the ground, and there was a whole oil in the house of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he became really upset, and for 3 days actually he became upset from Mahaprabhu. So this was the pastime that has been described. And also it describes about Nityananda, how he chastised Shivananda saying, in the 12th chapter, there is another incident that is being described. So every year we all know that how devotees from Bengal used to go to Jagannath Puri, and Shivananda Sen is the one who used to become a group leader and bear all the expenses. Now, one time, Nityananda Prabhu also came with all the Bengal devotees to meet Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. But that time what happened that due to there was some delays, because of which Shivananda Sen has to pay some tariffs, some taxes, because of which he said all the others that you all devotees can cross the area and wait under a tree, and I'll pay all the taxes and I'll come back. So there was delayed, and Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu couldn't find any suitable place for his residence. So he became very disturbed. He became very angry on Shivananda Sen, and he said, you don't know how to manage your things properly. So when Shivananda Sen came back after paying the taxes, Nityananda Prabhu really felt bad and angry, and in anger he kicked him. But that was just a loving anger. And we know that, actually Shivananda Sen really felt happy being kicked by Nityananda Prabhu, but his nephew Shrikanta Sen, he didn't feel, he felt upset. He was the nephew of Shivananda Sen, and he felt upset, and he left the company and he went alone to meet Mahaprabhu. So this was another pastime where Shivananda Sen was being very lovingly, in a loving manner, being kicked by Nityananda Prabhu. So the 13th chapter tells how Jagannatha Pandit went to Mathura and returned, and how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chance heard a song sung by Devi Dasi, dancing girl. So this is another very beautiful chapter. So what happened, Jagannatha Pandit, he was always thinking some ways in order to provide some comfort to Mahaprabhu. So that oil pastime happened, but now this time what he did, he wanted to make a pillow and quilt for Mahaprabhu, because Mahaprabhu used to lay down on the floor. So he said his bones will become sore, and Mahaprabhu will not feel comfortable. So he wants to make a pillow and quilt for Mahaprabhu. And as soon as this was presented by Govinda to Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu again felt so bad about it. He said, I am a sannyasi. Why do you want to give all luxuries of life to me? I don't want all this. And then Sarup Damodar Goswami said, well, this time, last time, what all happened. For 3 days, Jagannatha Pandit was not happy, and, you have to really convince him, pacify him. And this time also, if you'll reject, he will not feel good. So what he did, he shredded all the plantain, the banana leaves, the dry banana leaves, and he made a kind of a pillow and quilt for Mahaprabhu. And he said, well, this can be accepted by you. So out of love, Mahaprabhu accepted it. But Jagannatha Pandit came to know that Mahaprabhu rejected his gifts. So he felt upset, but then he said to Mahaprabhu that I want to go to Vrindavan. And Mahaprabhu said, you are in angry mood. Why do you want to leave now? You can leave later. Then he said, no, I've been thinking of going to Vrindavan, but now it's high time. I really want to go to Vrindavan, so please allow me to go to Vrindavan. Mahaprabhu said, okay, if you want to go to Vrindavan, but be careful, especially when you cross the Varanasi. There are a lot of plunders, so you be careful. And he follows the orders, and he went to Vrindavan, and Mahaprabhu told that you be under the shelter of Sanatana Goswami there. Don't mix with Vrajvasis, because their mood is different of your mood. So don't mix with Vrajvasis, but be under the care and shelter of Sanatana Goswami. And he said, okay. So then, what happened, that one day Sanatana Goswami came to meet Jagannatha Pandit. And then Sanatana Goswami was wearing a saffron cloth on his head. And Jagannatha Pandit said, well, you are wearing the saffron, that this must belong to, Mahaprabhu. And he became so happy. But then Sanatana Goswami said, well, this saffron cloth is not gifted by Mahaprabhu. It is from Mukunda Saraswati, who was a sannyasi there, local sannyasi, and he gave me. And Jagannatha Pandit was holding a pan. And he took the pan and he wanted to throw it on Sanatana Goswami, taking that. How can you do that? How can you accept a Uttariya, the upper garment of some another sannyasi, and that too you are carrying it on your head? How can you do that? And Sanatana Goswami said, well, I'm so much pleased with your chastity towards Mahaprabhu. And they both spent few days together in Vrindavan. But then Jagannatha Pandit felt so much separation from Mahaprabhu that he said, he asked Sanatana Goswami that please give me permission so that I can go back to Mahaprabhu, to Jagannath Puri. And Sanatana Goswami said, yes, you can go back. But then he gifted him, the dust, the Vrajraj, the sand of Vrindavan, and he gave Govardhan Shila. Also, he gave Gunjamala, and he also gave those pilu fruits. And there is a beautiful pastime of pilu fruits that is being described in this chapter, that how pilu fruits, we discussed in detail. I don't want to go in detail, otherwise we lose the track of time. So there's a big pastime of pilu fruits that happen. That's also so hilarious. Also in this chapter is being described about that how Mahaprabhu became ecstatic in hearing the song of a Devadasi, and she was singing actually the verses from Geet Govinda. But unaware of who is singing, Mahaprabhu ran through, crossing over through the thorny bushes just to go and see and meet that person who is singing. But then Govinda informed that Lord that the woman is singing. So how can you go? And Mahaprabhu immediately stopped himself, and later he thanked Govinda that you actually saved me. Otherwise, I would have lost my sannyas ashram. So you basically, while stopping me, you saved me. So I'm so grateful to you. And through this incident, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed everyone that how sannyasis should behave. So this is about this chapter, 13th chapter. And in the 14th chapter describes the beginnings of Lord's spiritual trance, in which his body was at Jagannath Puri, but his mind was in Vrindavan, and how Mahaprabhu fell in front of Simhadwara gate and both his joints got separated and various transcendental symptoms awakened. Also the pastime of Chataka Parvat. So all these pastimes have been described in the 14th chapter, because this chapter onwards, Mahaprabhu will be basically in his Radha Bhav, right? Mahaprabhu will be in the Radha Bhav, and he'll show all the feelings of separation of Krishna. So also it's been described in this chapter that what happened, that one day Mahaprabhu was standing near the Garuda Stamba and he was praying Lord Jagannath. And a woman from Orissa came, and she was so engrossed in seeing Lord Jagannath that she even bothered that, where she is keeping her foot. So basically she was keeping the foot on the shoulder of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu was also so engrossed seeing Jagannath, because Mahaprabhu was not seeing Jagannath, he was seeing Krishna, he was seeing Shyamasundar playing his flute. But Govinda, he was such a vigilant servant, and he noticed that a woman is putting her foot on Mahaprabhu's shoulder. So he immediately went and he chastised the woman. What are you doing? And Mahaprabhu said, Mahaprabhu didn't feel good about Govinda, because that broke the trance of Mahaprabhu also. Because later, after this incident, Mahaprabhu saw just Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra, not his Shyamasundar. So this was how he was always absorbed in the thoughts of Krishna and in an ecstatic love. And one time also what happened, that Mahaprabhu was compared himself. He was talking to Ramananda and Swarup Damodar Goswami, and he compared himself to a Kapali yogi. And we saw good description of how Kapali yogi separation is there. It's described, and how he used to always see Vrindavan. Then in one time, Mahaprabhu was locked. Basically, he was in his room in that Gambhira, and all the doors were locked. And Govinda and Swarup Damodar Goswami were outside the room. They were waiting, basically they were as the guards, because Mahaprabhu used to run away from his home, and he used to go hither and thither just because he was in Radha Bhav. Those emotions when come, and Mahaprabhu will lose control on himself. So they were guarding that place, and all the doors were locked. But Mahaprabhu was singing, singing in trance. He was not sleeping. It was nighttime. He was not sleeping, but he was singing in trance. But then suddenly the voice stopped. And Govinda and Swarup Damodar Goswami thought that what happened, and they opened the door. They saw that Mahaprabhu was nowhere to be seen, and they were shocked, because all the three doors were properly bolted. They were all closed properly. But then how Mahaprabhu went and how he escaped from the room became just a mystery. And later they saw that Mahaprabhu was there in the cow shed near the Simhadwara, and he was lying there, and his joints were loosened up, and his body was totally elongated. All the ecstatic symptoms came up in the body of Mahaprabhu. And we also saw the description of that Chataka Parvat, that how Mahaprabhu, as soon as he saw that Chataka Parvat, he saw that, thinking that it's Govardhan, he started running towards that, there is my Krishna is there. So that's also a beautiful pastime that was being described. So in the 15th chapter describes how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the garden on the seashore and mistook it for Vrindavan. So, and in this chapter also, Lord Mahaprabhu's 5 senses to Krishna, how he searched for Krishna in the rasa dance, is being described. So this is the 15th chapter that is being described. So we'll take a look on the 15th chapter. So basically, in the 15th chapter, what happened is that Mahaprabhu became more and more ecstatic in his emotions. So one day what happened, he went to the garden, which was on the beach of the sea, and he thought that it was Vrindavan. And what he did, he began to think about Krishna, engaging in his different pastimes, his transcendental emotions. They were coming up again and again. He became so excited that he started thinking of the rasa dance pastime. That how on the night of rasa dance, the gopis, they were really so upset, so deprived of Krishna's presence, Krishna's absence, because Krishna left them in that dance, and they were searching for Krishna from one forest to another, and developing the same mood, because he is in Radha Bhav. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also going from here and there, searching, oh, where is my Krishna? Where is my Krishna? And this way, he fainted, and later Swarup Damodar Goswami and Rai Ramananda came, and they uttered loudly the holy name in Mahaprabhu's ears, and Mahaprabhu came back to his senses. So this was again the 15th chapter. And in the 16th chapter tells about Mahaprabhu showed his mercy to Kalidas and thus demonstrated the result of eating the remnants of the food of Vaishnava. And it also describes how Shivananda's sons composed a beautiful verse, and how the doorkeeper of Simhadwara showed Krishna to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So just see the beauty of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, that just saying two statements, 2-line verse, he basically covering the whole chapter. So anyway, coming back to the 16th chapter. So what happened is that now in the 16th chapter, it's been described that how Mahaprabhu would taste the nectar from the lips of Lord Shri Krishna. And that's the chapter entitled. So what happened that one day, there was a very good devotee gentleman whose name was Kalidas. He was actually the uncle of Raghunath Das Goswami. So he went to see Mahaprabhu, and he was so much into eating the remnants of the devotees that, he went to the home of Jharu Thakur, who was basically a Shudra. He brought mangoes for him, and he told that, I want your remnants. I want to touch the dust of your lotus feet. And Jharu Thakur said, well, I am just a Shudra. You are a Brahmana. So how can I give that? So he said no. And finally Kalidas said, okay, then I'll take your leave. And they both were moving out of the home. And then Kalidas said, okay, I'll take your leave now. And Jharu Thakur, he went inside the home, and Kalidas hid himself behind the trees. And as Jharu Thakur was going inside, the footsteps were there on the mud, and Kalidas, he took the dust of the lotus feet and put it on his head. And he still waited, because inside Jharu Thakur and his wife, they both had those mangoes that Kalidas brought for them. And that what her wife did was, she collected all the seeds and the upper skin of the mangoes, and she took it in a jhali, and she just threw it behind her house. And Kalidas was hiding himself that same place. And then what Kalidas did, he sucked those seeds that were already being taken by Jharu Thakur and his wife. So this way, he was always eager to take some or the remnants from others. He would take variety of fruits to devotees' home, and then he would ask for the remnants from them. So seeing his, so much of devotion, we know, right? Bhakta pada dhuli ar bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhukta avasheshatina mahabal. So these three things, that is tasting the getting the dust of the lotus feet of a Vaishnava, or getting the remnants of the Vaishnava, or getting the water that has washed the lotus feet of Vaishnava is so potent. And so one day what happened, that Mahaprabhu was going to Simhadwara. Through Simhadwara, he was entering Jagannath Puri temple. So there are basically a ditch or steps where, you can wash your feet. So Govinda would always wash the feet of Mahaprabhu, and the water will go in that ditch, and Mahaprabhu will walk inside the temple, and nobody was allowed to take that water. But one day, Kalidas, what he did is, when Govinda was washing the feet of Mahaprabhu, Kalidas put his palm under the feet and he drank. The 3 times he drank the water that is being washed by the lotus feet of Mahaprabhu. And the 4th time he was about to drink, and Mahaprabhu said, enough, you had enough now. So enough of remnants you have taken. So this was a beautiful pastime that has been described. And later Mahaprabhu was so pleased that he personally told his servant Govinda to go and give my remnants to Kalidas, because he was so happy. So this was the pastime. And then, about Shivananda Sen's son also, there is a very beautiful pastime, that how Shivananda Sen's son, Kavi Karnpura, actually his name is Paramananda Puri. So he was there, he was just a small child, and Mahaprabhu told him that chant the holy name. And he was not chanting because he could hardly speak anything. So Mahaprabhu was thinking that I could make even the animals of Jharkhand forest to chant the holy name, and this boy, I'm not able to induce this boy to chant the holy name. And then Sarup Damodar Goswami said, well, why do you think so? You have yourself initiated him in Krishna mantra, because this name was given by Mahaprabhu only. So, now because he's been initiated, so when you are initiated, you are not supposed to chant your mantras openly. So Sarup Damodar Goswami said, well, how can this boy chant, because he's been initiated in Krishna mantra by you. So how he can chant this mantra openly in front of everybody? So this was just a pastime. And then later, when the boy was 6 years old, then, Mahaprabhu told him to recite, and then he recited a Sanskrit verse for Mahaprabhu, which a small child cannot do so, but it is because of the potency, by the blessings of Mahaprabhu, he was able to do it. Okay, now comes the 17th chapter. We have 3 more chapters, I don't know. 17th chapter, it recounts about how Mahaprabhu fell among the cows and assumed the form of a tortoise as his ecstatic emotions awakened. So this is basically the 17th chapter, which describes the further emotions of Mahaprabhu. And we know that in the 17th chapter, Mahaprabhu's ecstasy was going deeper and deeper and deeper, because his mood of Radha Bhav was getting more and more intense. So one night what happened, without again opening the doors of the room, Mahaprabhu just went out, and again he was found in the cowshed, and where his whole body was, just like tortoise contracted all its limbs. So Mahaprabhu's also, sometimes Mahaprabhu's body will become elongated and sometimes it will get contracted. So this time Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is telling the pastime where Mahaprabhu contracted his all his limbs. And also it describes about Kastri Angate verse. This verse is actually, we all know that this is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, where the gopis said, Kastri Angate Khala Padamrita Venu Gita, that where is that woman within the 3 worlds who will not be captivated by the rhythm of the sweet songs that come from the wonderful flute of Krishna. So Mahaprabhu quoted this verse, and from this chapter onwards, basically what Mahaprabhu will do, that Mahaprabhu will recite some verse either from Geet Govinda by Jaidev Goswami, or from Srimad Bhagavatam, or by Krishna Karnamrita by Bilva Mangal Thakur, or by Chandidas, the poet. He would recite various verses, and then what he will do, he'll elaborate on those verses, and he'll elaborate as if he himself is experiencing those verses. So this is how Mahaprabhu will follow this. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that, I cannot describe each and every day Mahaprabhu what verse he describes, but I'm just giving you the gist. So he, in this verse, he gives the gist of Kastri Ange, this verse, and how Mahaprabhu got so overwhelmed by describing this verse, and also the verse from Krishna Karnamrita. The 18th chapter describes about how Lord fell into the ocean and in ecstasy saw in a dream the pastimes of a water fight between Krishna and the gopis. And he also floated, and how fishermen caught him, and then Lord returned to his own residence. So this is actually the 18th chapter of Caitanya Caritamrta Antya Lila that is being described. So what happened is that once Mahaprabhu, when he went to the ocean of Jagannath Puri, he mistook it as the waters of Yamuna, and he just entered into the ocean without even a second thought. And as soon as he jumped into the ocean, he started seeing the water pastimes of Krishna and all the gopis and all along with Srimati Radharani. So he was just floating on the sea. And it was such happened that he went 17 to 18 miles away from Jagannath Puri, near the Konark temple. And there, there was one fisherman who was thinking this, who basically caught hold of this Lord's body in a net and thinking it to be a great fish. He caught him and he brought in at the shore. And that time Mahaprabhu's body was unconscious. And as soon as fisherman touched the Lord's body, he became mad in ecstatic love of Krishna. And he became so mad and so frightened also. He thought that some ghost has haunted him. So he was just running. And at that time, on the other side, Swarup Damodar Goswami and all the other associates were also searching for Mahaprabhu. That now where Mahaprabhu has gone, because nobody thought that Mahaprabhu will jump into the ocean thinking it to be the waters of Yamuna. So they were also searching, and finally Swarup Damodar Goswami saw this fisherman, and this fisherman was chanting Hari Hari, Hari Hari, Hari Hari, that I have been haunted by a ghost. And then Swarup Damodar Goswami said that, whom have you caught? You have to let me know. He got an idea that he's chanting Hari Hari. Maybe he has found the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But then fisherman was not in a condition to say anything. He was just chanting Hari Hari, Hari Hari. And then Swarup Damodar Goswami gave him a tight slap on his face. And he said, with this slap, all the ghost is there on you. It's gone. Now you tell me why you are behaving in such a way. And then fisherman took the Swarup Damodar Goswami and Rai Ramananda near to that body, and he said, well, this is the body, and I touched and I feel like that the ghost has haunted me. So you also please don't touch this body, otherwise you will also become mad. So this way, finally, they found the body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they chanted Mahamantra loudly in Mahaprabhu's ears, and Mahaprabhu came back to his external senses. Now in the 19th chapter, there is a description of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, how he rubbed his face against the walls and he spoke like a madman because he was feeling separation, intense separation from Krishna. So now what happened, that Mahaprabhu got a note from Advaita Acharya. So Advaita Acharya sent a note to Mahaprabhu saying that it was a hidden note, like it was not openly decoded, like somebody has to decode that message, because the message says that everybody has become mad in this place and there is no more need of any rice, and this place is full now. So the meaning is, the hidden meaning that is being described is that he was hinting, because Advaita Acharya was the instrument, who was an instrument to bring Mahaprabhu to this material world. Remember that how he roared and he called upon Mahaprabhu to please come. So now he himself is telling that, you have performed enough of your pastimes. So now is the time that you should wind up and you should go back to your eternal abode. And as soon as this message came to Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu became more grave, more engrossed in Radha Bhav, and his ecstatic emotions Previously, it would come only during the night time, but now it was day and night. Mahaprabhu started feeling separation from Krishna, because now is the time that he has to wind up his pastime as per the instructions of Advaita Acharya. So Mahaprabhu, what he did, he would just rub his face, he would bleed, he would make scratches on his face, because he would rub his face against the wall and he would just cry in separation from Krishna. This 19th chapter is really intense. I really cannot describe any further about this chapter, but the intense separation of Mahaprabhu is being described in the 19th chapter. Finally, in the 20th chapter, Mahaprabhu recited his own 8 stanzas of instructions and tasted the meaning of ecstatic love. And we all know, we are all in the 20th chapter now. And we all know that how Mahaprabhu gave those 8 verses, which is Shikshashtakam, which actually Mahaprabhu wrote, but it was for the general people so that they can come on to the level of the understanding the glories of the holy name, Cheto Darpana Marjanam and Namna Makari Bahuda, how these verses have been infested with Krishna's name, but we are so unfortunate that we don't have taste, and then how, in what mood we should chant. So all these verses were given by Mahaprabhu, but now Mahaprabhu himself want to taste these verses. So while tasting, he was reciting this whole Shikshashtakam, those 8 verses, and also giving the meanings, elaborating on the meaning of those verses. So this is the description of all the 20 chapters. And later, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, being so humble, he said that I have repeated the principal pastimes and their meaning, because such repetition, one can remember the description of the book. So very true. Just reading one sentence, like how Nityananda Prabhu kicked Shivananda Singh. The moment you hear this one line, you'll get the whole pastime will be envisioned in your eyes, because we have delved deep into each and every pastime by all such wonderful speakers. So, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is just recapping, is just summarizing all that. But now he said that I have done it, not all, but the principles I have done it. And it is all because of the mercy of Madan Mohan, Govinda, Srimati Radharani, by Gopinath, Srimati Radharani, and her life, and the Gaudiya Vaishnava. So he's paying his obeisances to them. And he's saying that I also place the lotus feet of these personalities of my head, on my head. Who are all they? Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, and Jiva Goswami. Why Raghunath Das Goswami? Because how Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is writing, when Raghunath Das Goswami was personally present in Jagannath Puri, the 12 years that Mahaprabhu spent in Jagannath Puri. And at that time, Arup Damodar Goswami used to write notes. And he would write just the bullet points. And Raghunath Das Goswami will elaborate on those bullet points, and he will make his own notes. And later, when he went to Vrindavan near Radhakund, 3 hours he would recite this Caitanya Lila, and he would refer those notes. And in that assembly, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami will be personally present, and he would be making notes what Raghunath Das Goswami will be saying. So just see how it comes from parampara, from one person to another to another. And this way, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami got so much inspired, and with the blessings of Madan Mohan and all the Vaishnavas, he wrote this whole Shri Caitanya Caritamrta. And so he's saying that actually the mercy of all those lotus feet of my spiritual masters, that's the mercy. And my words are the disciple. So who is the mercy? The lotus feet. The mercy of the lotus feet of the spiritual master is actually the mercy that is coming, and the words are my disciples. So he's saying that spiritual master and the disciple. Now, who is the spiritual master? The mercy of the lotus feet of all the Vaishnavas are the spiritual masters, and my words are the disciples. So he's saying now the mercy of all the lotus feet is gone away. They have taken back their mercy. So that means my spiritual master is no more. When the spiritual master is not there, then how come the disciple, my words will feel competent? So he's saying that the fatigue of the disciples, seeing the fatigue of the disciples means my words, the spiritual master means the mercy has stopped making me dance. Because till now I was simply dancing onto the mercy of my spiritual masters. But now the mercy has been little less. So now is no longer with me. So I cannot dance. And my words have now become silent because my words are like disciples and they have become silent now. So he wants to say that, my inexperienced words do not know how to dance by themselves. The mercy of the Guru made them dance as much as possible. And now after dancing, they have taken rest. So in other words, he wants to say that, I want to stop here all the description of all the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I want to conclude this whole scripture, this whole epic. And then he says, I now worship the lotus feet of also my readers, because by their mercy, there is all good fortune. And very beautiful verse, Caitanya Caritamrta Ye Jana Shune Tanra Charana Dhuna Karamuni Pane. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who is Kasturi Manjari, he himself is saying that if one hears the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as described in Sri Chaitanya Caritamrta, I personally will wash the lotus feet and will drink that water. So see how much humility and how much grateful Chaitanya, this Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is towards the readers. So if he has taken so much pain, so it's also our duty that we also should relish this scripture, should at least take time to read this scripture. And he says, I decorate my head with the dust of the lotus feet of my audience. Now you all have drunk this nectar and therefore my labor is successful. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is expressing his gratefulness that you have drunk this nectar and so my labor is successful. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. And he says that Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is actually filled with activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Supreme Personality of God himself. It invokes all good fortune and destroys everything inauspicious. Such a wonderful verse. If one tastes the nectar of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with faith and love, then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, I become like a bumblebee tasting the honey of that transcendental love from his lotus feet. Seeing this book, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is now complete, having been written for the satisfaction of the most opulent deities, Madan Mohanji and Govindaji. Let me be offered at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deva. Realized devotees are like bumblebees, maddened by their own mellows at Krishna's lotus feet. The scent of those lotus feet perfumes the entire world, who is the realized soul that could give up. And the last verse, he says that when he has completed writing this Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, is that in Vrindavan, in the year 1937, Shakabda Ara, in the month of Jesh, that is May and June, on Sunday, the 5th day of the waning moon, this Chaitanya Charitamrita has been completed. And see the date when our dear Srila Prabhupada has completed. It says that again on Sunday, this was also on Sunday, see, and Prabhupada also on Sunday, but November 10th, 1974, on the 10th day, this was on the 5th day, but this is on the 10th day of the waning moon, dark fortnight, on the Rama Ekadashi day, he has finished the English translations of Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it's the glory of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. I know I took more than an hour. I was expecting today's class for 1.5 hours, but we went beyond that also. So please excuse me, forgive me. But it's so relishable. And I know I haven't done justice to all these 20 verses, and especially the last few verses, which we can elaborate so much. But thank you for all your patience. Thank you, each and every one of you, for coming along with me on this of reading Sri Chaitanya.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Hari
Jai.
Shri Hari Bol.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Bol, Mataji. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for such a fantastic finish. We have been reading Sri Caitanya Caritamrta for several years now, probably 2012 or 13, I'm not sure. But we started it around that time, around 12 and 13. And it's been several years now. It was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. Thank you so much, Mataji. I was just, looking forward to the summary class. And you gave the entire summary of the Antya Lila so beautifully, so beautifully. Thank you for this fantastic finish. Very, very grateful to you, Mataji. I'll let everyone speak. Before that, I just have one thing to say. Please stay tuned for tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the grand finale. Of course, Mataji finished the Caitanya Caritamrta, but tomorrow we will also have a Kahoot quiz on the entire Caitanya Caritamrta, not just the Antya Lila. It's entire Caitanya Caritamrta, and it is 30 questions. The questions will be probably minimum from Antya Lila, because you just heard Mataji summarize the entire thing. It'll be, but of course we'll have verses. We'll have questions from all the three sections, Adi, Madhya, and Antya Lilas. So please stay tuned and participate, and we're going to learn a lot more tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. I'll let everyone speak, because
Mataji gifts, Mataji winners gifts. You did not announce.
Oh, yes. And this is the thing. The winners, the first place winner will be gifted a Sri Caitanya Caritamrta set. This was all Kirtida Sundari Mataji's very generous sponsorship. We'll be gifting one Caitanya Caritamrta set to the winner. The runners up will be receiving the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And of course, only the second and the third place will be receiving teachings of Lord Chaitanya. But again, it's not about the gifts. So we definitely want everyone to participate and have lots of fun, because we have been reading this for so many years. We have been delving into each and every verse in great depth, and a fantastic summary class. After every, after every section, we've always had summaries. So this was a fantastic summary. Thank you so much. You can also speak. I'm so sorry for speaking so much. Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Sundari Mataji. That was the most relishable class. And as you were finishing it up, and I was thinking on one side, I was a little sad that it was ending. But then suddenly I felt within my heart this sudden feeling that it's just the beginning, because now we know what to expect. Like just seeing the whole progress of that devotion and the progress of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and everything that he's given us, it just comes more into mind how much we have been gifted. And so by giving us this taste, especially when you did this summary, that just really, I think it just kind of pulled everything together for me. And it just reminded me, like you said, of every different pastime that we've spoken about. And it reminded me of the speaker also. And then what I relished about that one, something about that one class that I relished that the speaker had said, or I learned something new. It just brought that back to mind also. And I almost feel like excited that, this is what bhakti is. And it's just the beginning, and we will get there. So thank you so much. It was a beautiful class.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for your association. And yes, as you said, that when we hear the pastime, it also makes us remember the speaker, how much they have dedicatedly tried to explain us, and so much learning is there. So this journey was not an all-alone journey. It was with all of you that we were able to do it, and it was such a relishable journey. Thank you. Okay, Sureshwar Sham Prabhu is saying that we can give Chaitanya Pravaha also to all the three winners. So this is another gift which is added.
Hari
Thank you very much,
Chaitanya
Mataji.
Pravaha is by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu. So that will also.
Yeah, they just released, Mataji. I'm getting it next week.
Yes.
So once I get it, I'll make note of the winners and ship it, Mataji. But thank you very much for the nice summarization, nice class. And I've been not attending personally, but I was hearing the recorded sessions. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you, Suresh Sham Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for summarizing so beautifully. Always your classes are amazing. In the same way, this was like amazing. So actually, I was not attending from starting, but you summarized everything. Thank you for that, Mataji. So grateful to you.
Thank you, Radharani Mataji. I know I didn't do justice to all those 20 chapters. I want to do it in series of days, but it wasn't possible. So I just condensed in one day.
Yeah. It was very nice, Mataji. Like you took like little more time, but you were able to do so justice, Mataji. We can say that.
Thank you, Mataji.
So I request all other devotees, if you have any realizations, you can
Question by
Parima Mataji.
Is this
Yes,
Vallabha
Mataji.
Bhatta Vallabhacharya? Yes, Mataji, the Vallabha Bhatta is Vallabhacharya, who is the Acharya of the Mark Sampradaya. Yeah.
Mataji,
Question?
yes, Mataji, one question. Dandvat pranams to you, first of all, for this fantastic summarization, Mataji. It's such a pleasure to hear from devotees like yourself that I cannot express it in words. And it was so wonderful. Unfortunately, I have not been joining since the beginning of the Caitanya Caritamrta. So I had this question that where can I find the recordings, or I don't know if it was there on YouTube. Honestly, I think if you started in 2012, I didn't even have a smartphone. So I'm being very honest.
That answer our Preeti Vilasni Mataji will give.
Yeah, okay, please. Because at least let me hear from where you began. And, I can see, I don't know if there were different speakers back then, or it was just amongst yourselves.
No, but it has always been different speakers, always.
Okay, all right. So if I can, find
Mataji, you can answer her question, like where she can find the recording.
Okay. Initially, we were not even on Zoom. We were on some app called as Free Conference Call. And that was functional for several years. We had audio recordings, but then since we moved different platforms over the years, we have lost a lot of it. We have recordings available only from the middle of Madhya Lila. The Antya Lila recordings, unfortunately, we don't have it. We don't have access to it either. But from the middle of Madhya.
Adi Lila, not Antya.
Yeah, sorry. Adi Lila.
I thought so. Adi Lila, okay. Because I began from the Madhya Lila. So Madhya Lila, I think I have heard, but the Adi Lila part.
Yes.
Yeah.
It now.
But I am actually listening to the Chaitanya Bhagavad sessions of Adi Gadadhar Prabhuji, fortunately. So maybe I will be able to catch up something on it, Mataji. So, but yeah, if at all I don't know, you don't have them, so that's fine, Mataji. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you, all Matajis. I mean, thank you so much. Dandvat pranams. Hare Krishna.
Dandvat pranams. Okay, anything else?
Hare Krishna
Mataji. Sorry, Mataji, please go
ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for wonderfully summarizing, refreshing the memory again. It is so helpful for Kahoot, even otherwise also. And each and every one thing I was realizing that when you're saying that how they were seeking permission to go to a dham or to leave dham. So that was something that, something new was reflecting in my mind. But then thank you. I mean, what else can I say more than thank you? But then, yeah, it's been a wonderful journey. Like all other Matajis, I also did not get to hear Adi, but Madhya, Anta. Yeah, but it's still so relishable. I'm sure Adi I wouldn't have understood anyway. But then still thank you so much. And I hope you may restart the journey for those of us who were not fortunate enough to go through the journey completely. So yes, Mataji, that's a request. And thank you so much once again. Koti Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Yes, regarding your point that how going to dham from dham, it's not matter of visiting dham, it's the matter of giving respect to the seniors. Now, when Mahaprabhu was personally present, so it was the duty of all the intimate associates of Mahaprabhu to take his permission and to follow his orders. And when we also go dham, like everything is dham, right? Now here I am in North Carolina and there is a temple in Hillsborough, which is Radha Golokananda. So that is also a dham, right? It's a dham where Radha Krishna Seva, where Archa Vigra Seva is going on, where all the instructions and regulations of Srila Prabhupada is being followed. That place becomes a dham. But when we go to Vrindavan Dham, we also take blessings of all the Vaishnavas. So it's just a matter of giving respect and taking the blessings of all the Vaishnavas to enter into any of the dham, right? And as you said, Krishna, Mahaprabhu willing, we will try to, I cannot say we'll again start off this Caitanya Caritamrta, but yes, we can relish on our own because Caitanya Caritamrta is not for one day, right? What Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he himself writes, right? Shruyatam Shruyatam Nityam Giyatam Giyatam Muda Chintanam Chintatam Bhaktas Chaitanya Charitamrita. It has to be read, relished every day without fail. So we can do it on our own. That's not a problem at all. And now, because Janmashtami is coming, appearance day of Balaramji is coming, so we have already started. You all have signed up also. We will be doing the whole Krishna book, Krishna few chapters, important chapters you all have taken up. So let's cover that for 1.5 months, whatever possible, and then we will do the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Caitanya Caritamrta, yes, it's a relishable epic, I should say, of scripture, but also we should imbibe the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in our life. So then we will continue with teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then we'll see what Mahaprabhu wants next. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Anuradha Mataji, for supporting us in this journey. Okay.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, I just started very ended, but today was amazing. Like I felt like that, like now it's time to read. So thank you for giving the test, and I will attend tomorrow, Kahoot, but I'm not sure. The prize are exciting, so I don't know. But thank you so much, Mataji, so that inspiring us to read, to hear, to give the test. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Karunika Gopika Mataji. Thank you. There is one question by Pranjal. Okay, please sing Jai Anilo Premadhana again. I don't know we have time enough to sing it again, but let's see how it goes.
Hare Krishna ji, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, Ananta Koti Dandavat Pranam Mataji. Today's class, Mataji, वो लीला फील कर रहे थे. क्वालिफाइड तो नहीं है सीधा वृंदावन धाम और श्री मायापुर धाम में और श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम में एंटर होने की, पर इतनी पोटेंसी थी माता जी के. वी फील दैट लीला, जैसे हम उसमें वो स्नान कर रहे माता जी. वो लीला हरि हरि गौरांगा, श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय, श्री चैतन्य चरणामृत की जय. I agree with that Mataji that we will sincerely read at least 20 minutes. We cannot promise 2 hours, 3 hours, but 15 to 20 minutes sit in a one side. Not only read but digest it, Mataji. Koti Koti Ananta Koti Dandavat Pranam. Today's class is Mataji. Summary is amazing. You explain, Mataji. Hari Hari Gauranga.
Thank you, Gopika Mataji. Thank you for helping us. Okay, anything else? We can end up Anuradha Mataji saying that Pranjal, who just requested to sing Jai Anilo Premadhana again, is just 13 years old, is very devoted, and she's from Delhi. Thank you, Pranjal. Thank you for being such a wonderful inspiration for all of us, that at just age of 13 years, you are getting the taste to hear Shri Chaitanya Caritamrita. Really, congratulations to you. Hare Krishna. I was 13, I was totally engrossed in materialistic things. And you guys are so fortunate that at such a young age, you are getting the taste of Krishna consciousness. Really, I take the dust of your lotus feet on my head. Hare Krishna. Okay, anything else?
If anybody don't have any other realization, Mataji will end with that song. Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji sing 2-3 lines for that little boy.
Yes, Vrinda Mataji.
Mataji, just wanted to thank you for a beautiful summary. Thank you so much. It was so nectarian. From chapter first, you explained everything. And when you explained about that verse, which was written by Rupa Goswami, Tunde Tandava, I have a memory with you. We heard the class together in New Vrindavan from, I think he's all in his Kirtanananda Maharaj, I think.
No. He was Kavi Chandrapura Maharaj.
Okay, yes. But yeah, I remember how happy you were when you read that verse on the board. And it was a beautiful class. And I will definitely miss this Chaitanya Caritamrta classes.
We all will miss Mataji.
Yes.
So
And when we hear the summaries and all that, we realize how much nectar Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has given to us so mercifully and with such a humble mood.
yes.
So the more we read, the more we hear, it gets more and more nectarian. So I'm also waiting for another session. I just pray that again it happens.
Why not? Of course. We can so much to learn more, the more we read, just like Bhagavad Gita. We can read it once, but the more we read, the more we get to know so much about those verses. Same is with Chaitanya Caritamrta.
And I would like to take this opportunity to thank each and every speaker who came every day. They were there every day to give the nectar, and they took out time and put so much efforts for all these years. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Actually, Chaitanya Caritamrta is the one which actually helped me to develop the taste for hearing.
Wow.
So it's so nectarian. So I really thank all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirtida Sundari Mataji, for summarizing it. Very nice.
Thank you, Kamadaki Mataji. You are the mother of Bhakti Sangha. So keep showering your blessings on all of us.
I also need blessings.
We will pray for you, Mataji, but you please shower your blessings on us.
So, see, when there's a quiz, I won't be able to attend because I don't know how to, everybody just type very fast. I cannot do that. I can type with one finger and it takes hours. By the time
you're always the winner, don't worry. You know so much about Chaitanya Caritamrta. So even if you don't participate, just your presence will help all of us.
Yes, I was thinking I should skip it, but then okay. Since
be present, Mataji. Even if you don't participate, but just be present on the call.
Yeah, I like to hear the questions. That would be nice.
Thank you.
And answers will be there also. Thank you. Hare Krishna Radharani Mataji. Thank you for
Thank you
greeting
so much.
everyone. Always
Thank
there
you,
to serve in Bhakti Sangha.
Thank you everyone for giving me this service and your blessings, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
I remember first time when I gave a class in first Chaitanya Caritamrta. And I was reading that time Madhya Lila, and the class was supposed to be from the Adi Lila. So then I started giving, and I said, okay, I just say the Mangalacharan, and then I started from the what I was reading. So then you ask me, what are you reading from? I say, this is Madhya Lila, this and this chapter and this verse. Then you say, no, it's a Adi Lila. So, thank you, Mataji, for putting me on a line. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandat Pranam. Mataji, I haven't joined you since, I just started joining the classes, but it's like today's class was very, very nice and very informative. I felt like it should never stop. It was very nice, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Glories to Prabhupada. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. I should only say that. Thank you, Nidhi Mataji.
She has special mercy from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami.
Jai.
So you give very nice summaries. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, we are almost close to cross 2 hours. So
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam. It's such a wonderful summary, Mataji. Like what Phaneshwari Lakshmi Mataji had put it. Wow, very relishable and so nectarian. Very, very feeling so emotionally connected to Caitanya Caritamrta. Thanks to all of you wonderful speakers who have made it possible for us to make that connection. Really looking forward to tomorrow's session. And thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Indulekha Mataji. Thank you so much. But you know, right, I was discussing with you only that it is so hard to cover 20 verses summary, almost 2 books in 1 hour. But
yes. Yes, it is. You did the impossible. So really,
but
just
we were
amazing
not
how
able to
you
finish in
finished.
1 hour. I really apologize for that. We were not able to finish 1 hour. But in 1 hour, 40 minutes, just tried to do it.
It was very close, Mataji, and that's just because of, like, I know that you and Preeti Vilasni Mataji were talking about how to use the time, how to make it shorter, but then as you're going in that flow, it's kind of impossible
It's hard.
It's very
It's hard to condense. It's hard to condense.
And even then we can see that you
actually
are
calculated, you know, she also make the whole calculation that 20 chapters, 3 minutes, 1 chapter, that makes 60 minutes. In 1 hour, you will be done. But 3 minutes for 1 chapter, it looks, oh yeah, I can cover. But when you go with the flow,
we have over 50 verses that you had to cover. So just, yeah, amazing how you both are you're so serious about this whole thing and you want us to all get the message and learn it properly. And that's why you made sure that, okay, today if we can do it, then tomorrow we can all dress easy. So thank you for that too. Really looking for.
Thank you, Indulekha Mataji. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll just sing few verses. I don't know. This is just a prayer. You cannot sing 1 verse, but I'll sing it, but very quickly. And let's go. Jaya Nila Premadhana Karuna Praju Hena Prabhu Kotha Gela Acharya Thakur Kahamora Swarup Rupa Kaha Sanatan Kaha Das Raghunatha Patita Pavan Kaha Mora Bhatta Juga Kaha Kaviraj Eka Kale Kotha Gela Gaura Nataraj Ashane Kutibo Matha Hanale Pashibo Gauranga Gunera Nidhi Ketha Gela Bhavo Se Saba Sangira Sange Je Koilo Bilas Se Sangana Paya Kandhe Narottam Das जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय वैष्णव ठाकुर जय कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी जय कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी जय कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी जय रूप गोस्वामी जय रूप गोस्वामी जय रूप गोस्वामी जय रूप गोस्वामी जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
Bye.
जय
Amazing, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare
So
Krishna.
let's pay our obeisances to Mataji and all the Vaishnavas in the call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Shri Chaitanya Caritamrta ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Her grace Kirtida Sundari Mataji ki jai.
Gaur
Koti koti dandavat pranam. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam. So I request all devotees, please join tomorrow for the Kahoot game. See you all at the same time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, closing the call.